Here we go. It's instant reaction, but today it's live and it is with controversial Chris. You can get involved in the comments as well. Chris, finished up. QPR 1, Saints 2. Third win of the season. What were your thoughts on it?
Well, very nervy in the end, but ultimately we got the result from a much changed team as well. So yeah, pleased we got the result. And a, a bit of a rear guard action for the last sort of 25 minutes after Cienza went off, but the guy was limping, so obviously he had to go off. But yeah, pleased with the win, and pleased that we played a little bit more direct today as well.
Yeah, how good was Leo Senza's goal, by the way, Chris?
Oh,
What a hit. It's just an
it's
absolute beautiful goal, isn't it?
I can't believe the room he had. I text Kelvin and said, "Mate, don't worry, we could still lose this." And he summed it up. He said, "I can't believe the room that we gave Cienza to move forward to go and do that, because he was totally unchallenged when he picked the ball up to when he scored. It was unreal."
Yeah, he was. He was totally unchallenged. It was a great hit, wasn't it? Great hit.
Yeah.
And we were always going to need two goals, weren't we? You just knew the one goal was never going to be enough, was it?
Well, of course, I didn't think two goals was going to be enough in the end, but it was. I think tonight proves with Bazunu that we don't have a decent number one goalkeeper.
No, we don't. I totally agree.
Bazunu for me made two mistakes. One, their goal, and then given the corner away in injury time for holding on to the ball too long. I mean, that's Sunday morning stuff. That is, the guy knows you get 8 seconds, and if they'd have scored from that, then it would have just epitomised what we're about this season.
Yeah, Chris, you've played in goal. You know what it is like to be a goalkeeper. Obviously, a different level of football, but some like basic errors tonight, which were just. Do you think that's nerves, or just think that was just like it was
I think it's
just yeah.
nerves when I think it's nerves when you come back to the side. I mean, I would imagine if Steele was with us, it probably would have been McCarthy tonight, but
Yeah,
can't really
yeah, I
fault
think you're right.
anybody that came in. Really, I mean, it is difficult when you've not played for a few games in goal, and then you go back in. Not that I ever played at that level, but even so, it's still difficult. But I think we did all right. It was a hard fought victory. We won ugly, and that's what we haven't been doing.
Hmm. Do you think after watching that tonight, do you kind of feel that the players haven't been playing for Will Steele? Because for me, I didn't see a massive difference in performance. I don't know about you. I thought we were a bit more direct. We went into armour a bit more than we have done. But the captain comes straight back in the side in Jack Stevens. No doubt it was him. That story was us. 100% was us, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think we all knew it was us at the start anyway. But yeah, and Stevens looked okay. To be honest,
Mm,
he looked
mm,
okay. I thought Howard Bellis looked okay. Even I think the subs weakened us a little bit, but I think QPR were so far in the ascendancy by then that
mm.
to bring on a Rebo, it was sort of a park the bus really in the end. But we won. We got the result, and that's great. We can't. It doesn't matter how you win. A win is a win, and that's enough for me.
Hmm. Yeah, we had to win. We needed to find our third win of the season. It was so important. I haven't
Yeah.
spoken to you like on air or had a conversation on camera since that sacking of Will Steele. It's been a really rough few days for every fan connected to the football club. Where next? What happens? Just a quick one from you, from controversial Chris. The sacking of Will Steele, was that the right call for you? By the way.
I think it's difficult. I think that if we hadn't have done it, then things would have looked very different. I think that they kept Russell Martin for too long, and maybe the club realised that they kept Russell Martin for too long, so they wanted to do something sooner rather than later with Steele. I feel a little bit sorry for him. I don't really know if you can gauge somebody after 12 games, but it's a success and results based industry, and if you're not getting them, then he has to go. And I think tonight shows that maybe the players weren't playing for him really.
Yeah, there was. I just wonder if the attitude tonight. I think Jimmy said it in the chat below. Was maybe was there any? Did I notice a massive difference? I'm finding that hard to say if I did notice a massive difference in attitude. I think just Saturday just stunk. Really, the whole performance stunk. Really, tonight it was a horrible win, wasn't it? It was one of those games you just got to grind it out. It wasn't great to watch, was it? In any way or form.
No, it was awful to watch, but it's winning ugly, and that's what you got to do in that division. I mean, we saw it so many times last time we were in the Championship. We were winning ugly and picking up results ugly. We never did
Mm,
that in the Premier League. Maybe up until tonight, we hadn't done that this season. I mean, Wrexham was great. You know, the 2 goals in the last few minutes at Wrexham was awesome. But yeah, I think Cheese could be right. I think the attitude was something, but
mm,
maybe Will still just couldn't quite get the best out of them. And tonight did look a little bit different for me.
mm. Could that be the catalyst to kick on? Because I think Justin's made a good point there. There wasn't a big difference. Might just be the catalyst, which is a saying that's used in football quite a lot. Go into the weekend's game and can they take positives out of tonight into Saturday? I think there's definitely positives. Jay Robinson, for me, I thought he was good tonight. I thought he was good.
Yeah,
One of the bright spots. Him and Leo were both good, weren't they?
yeah, brilliant. And they should have been playing from the start. I mean, Robertson started the season and then was left out for a while, and that has to be, as you say, cliche, sort of the catalyst for kicking on. We've got Sheffield Wednesday on Saturday. I don't know how Sheffield Wednesday's game finished up tonight. I know they were leading Norwich 1-0. But a win is a win, and that starts maybe a little bit of momentum and brings maybe a little bit of confidence back into the boys as well.
Yeah, and we need it. We look like a side that don't have any confidence, and
Yeah.
that's how it felt. Sheffield Wednesday, they drew tonight with Norwich. That was
Mm.
at Hillsborough as well. Elsewhere in the Championship tonight, Preston beat Swansea 2-1. Portsmouth drew at home against Wrexham, and obviously our game finished up with a 2-1 victory. Saints are above Pompey for the first time in a few weeks, which is nice. I know it's not. It's a positive, I guess. Always want to, but I want more like you. We want to see us so much further up the table, don't we?
Yeah, and all as that's going to do is make the Saints fans sing even more about Pompey than what they usually do on Saturday. Now that we're above
Mm,
them, and I'm sure the minds of the gaps and things like that have already started on social media. But yeah, let's not concentrate on them at all. Let's concentrate on getting a second win against Sheffield Wednesday on Saturday, and let's bring a little bit of bounce, a little bit more atmosphere back to St Mary's on
mm,
Saturday, coming off the back of that, because no doubt, I think they'll announce Romeo probably tomorrow, which might put
mm,
another 1,000 tickets on the gate on Saturday. If it does, that'd be
mm,
amazing. And just to have him around the place, even if they just parade him at half time, that's going to get everybody going to have Ori back. And
mm.
that's
It's going
just,
to be big,
it's
isn't it?
100% what we need. It's a great bit of business. I mean, you can't really
Yeah.
see where he's going to fit in, to be honest, but he might just be that old head that'll sort of keep the other players in check when he comes on. Because I thought
Mm,
Flynn Downs had a decent game tonight. Looked
yeah.
totally different to the Flynn Downs we've seen in the first 12 games of the season, if I'm honest with
Yeah.
you. I wonder
Yeah,
whether this
very
illness
different.
is a little bit of a myth.
Mm. Interesting quote tonight, and I should read it out. I've just read it from Alfie House. So this is care of Alfie House. He said that he's just spoken to Jack Stevens. He tweeted this 4 minutes ago, and he said he was absolutely had nothing to do with that manager riff report. I'm open to criticism, said Jack Stevens, and opinions on me on the pitch. But when people question my character, that really hurts because it's just so far away from the truth. So Jack Stevens quashed that it was him that went to the chairman because there was that story surrounding. An interesting response, Chris.
Yeah, is it just a bit bizarre that he wasn't playing after that and didn't play after that, and suddenly now Still's gone, he's back in the side as skipper? I mean, we can read into it whatever we want. We can look at all different angles on it, and we're being on the outside, we're never going to know. So, but whether he did, whether he didn't, maybe they got what they wanted with Still not being there now, and I was quietly impressed with the way that the under-21s coach certainly conducted himself. They showed him a lot on the coverage
Mm,
tonight, But let's hope that we kick on and go and get something. We need a home win. We've had one on the opening game. We need that home win on Saturday, definitely.
Yeah, we do. Tonda Eckhart was speaking with the press just a minute ago. Got a few more quotes from him. He said what that win means to him tonight. Everything from tomorrow onwards, nothing, because we have to confirm this was the biggest challenge. And he went on to say we want to become a winning team. He also said that whether it was a job interview, he was asked if it was a job interview. Look, the answer is very easy one. My job is to prepare the team in the best possible way for today and Saturday. I'm going to do that and do this for Saturday, and hopefully with 3 more points, and that is it. He was talking to the BBC by the sounds of it. They won't give him the job, Chris, will they?
It'll be a very Saints thing to do, wouldn't it? That's the problem. We've seen it in the past with Ruben Sellers, and I no disrespect to the guy, I would hope that they don't give him the job, because it's another. You need somebody from outside the club to come in now and make a difference and put the cat amongst the pigeons with the players and let's kick on with somebody new. He's summed it up perfectly. His job is to prepare the team for the next couple of games, and it all smacks of Simon Rusk. That was his job, to prepare the team, and he did that really well. And then he did it again, and it was awful. But yeah, let's hope that he prepares the team well for Saturday. We get a win on Saturday, and then the new guy has got a couple of weeks during the international break to have a look, and because there won't be many of our players going away, but maybe sort of 7 or 8 will go away, and that will give him enough to work with to try and put their own stamp on it a little bit.
Yeah, no. Regards to the new manager, they broke me one for the weekend. But a lot of talk in the chat, in the lives, every stream I come on, every day I look at my inbox, everybody's going on at me about who do I want as manager. I've not asked you actually yet. When you look at the managers that are available, maybe a manager in a club, is there anybody for you that the club must go and get, Chris, that you want to see as the manager?
Wow, that's a massive question, mate. I mean, it's really hard. I don't have a preferred. Out of all of the ones I've seen that have been linked with us, I'd quite like to see Brendan Rodgers. I don't want to go back down the road of Hassan Hussle or Russell Martin. As romantic as it is, not for me really. We need to move on. So, out of the names that have been linked, I'm not a fan of Mark Robbins. Not really a fan of Michael Carrick. Carrick would be able to sort the dressing room out because he's been there, seen it, and done it through football in England, and he's won a lot, so he knows the game inside out. I can't see Frank Lampard leaving Coventry. I don't know what reason he would have to leave Coventry to come to us, but we don't know. It will probably be. I know I spoke to you very briefly earlier, and we said it will probably be a left field appointment, which Saints always do. So it's either going to be a name or it will be a left field. I'd like to see Big Ange come in. I'm a big fan of Ange because of the man he is, not because he's a very good football manager. He's very charismatic.
It would make press conferences very interesting. Is he going to get a Prem job anytime soon? I'm not sure if he will do at this moment.
No, I don't think he is.
His stock's been beaten up. It's like Russell Martin's stock, really. It's been beaten up a bit. And that's probably why his agent was quite busy touting his name around, because he's ended up as the favourite. But I don't speak to anybody with any connection close to that football club that's telling me that Russell Martin's going to be the next Saints manager. So for me, from what I've heard from good, reliable sources, it won't be Russell Martin. So why he's still the odds-on favourite, I just don't know. Big Ange,
I don't.
It would be pretty incredible if we ended up with him in, because it would be pure comedy.
Oh, it would be amazing. And if Sport Republic really want to lose the crowd, they'll appoint Gary O'Neill. So if they really want the protest every week, they bring Gary O'Neill in, and you can just see something like that happening. I hope to God it doesn't, because I think the players deserve more than that, and I think the fans certainly deserve more than that. I see someone put Patrick Vieira. Again, I'm not sure about Patrick Vieira. He didn't really do a lot of Palace, did he, when he was there
I've got 20
briefly?
quid on him, by the way, Patrick Vieira. He was a right outsider a couple of days ago. And I thought, you know what? I did one tenner, and then I went and did another tenner because I had this funny feeling about Patrick Vieira and the link with Johannes Spores. I just thought, do you know what? I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't put it past him. I mean, yeah, like you say, there are links. Uh, it's left field, isn't it? But again, it's somebody who's going to command respect straight away in the dressing room. And I think that's the important thing now. I think there's so many big egos in that dressing room that we need somebody to come in who the players are going to look at and go, "Oh, bloody hell! This geezer's been there, seen it, done it, and got all the trophies for it." And that's what we need now. We need a manager to come in to put these egos in their place and tell them that they're not what they think they are. And if anybody wants to pop round and have a look at my trophy room, they're more than welcome to do it, because we need someone like a Koeman who's done everything, won everything, and been there. So I would hope it's a name, but who knows? Someone's mentioned Gerrard again. Gerrard doesn't really do anything for me either.
Me neither. Absolutely awful.
No.
That would be terrible. A terrible appointment. No experience at championship level at all. Like, I think it's got to be an experienced championship manager. And Matt Le Tissier there tonight, who we both know. He was there there next to Phil Parsons and Johannes Spores tonight. I really, really hope, Chris, that he was in their ear hole. He's been in their ear hole the last couple of days, and they've listened to what Matt will be saying, because we know what Matt will be saying to them right now, because Matt will be saying exactly what you said and exactly what I've said. Matt will be saying, go and get yourself an experienced Englishman that knows this division. Go and get a leader of men. Go and get somebody that can sort this bunch out, because they're a good group of players. You know, on paper, you've not got technically a terrible group of players. It's not very well balanced, but you can sort that out a bit more in January. Get to January, keep yourself in touch, and with a quality manager, boom, we'll kick on, in my opinion.
Yeah, this is it. And you know, perhaps tonight could be the start of that. I'd love to see us, like I say, get a win on Saturday against Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday is struggling. There's no reason why we can't turn them over at home if the atmosphere is right.
Matt said Matt Le Tissier's done a video on it already. He says, Matt, we don't know idea what Matt thinks. Matt's already said he wants an experienced man, didn't he?
And I think anybody that knows their onions about this club would say that is exactly what we have to do now, is get that experience in. Because if they fail again and they bring someone in who isn't going to do, I mean, the list is endless. The sad thing is, the one guy that was ousted by the fans is actually doing all right at Charlton, isn't he? So he's a bit of an egotist.
Yeah, mate. I'll tell you what. Not everyone likes him. He pisses a lot of people off, and he can be a bit of a dick. But in all fairness, he's done an incredible job at Charlton. They were on the verge of chopping him, by the way, weren't they? The fans,
they were. Yeah,
patience was wearing thin. They kept with it. He turns it around, gets them out of League One in the Championship, and they're the best of the three. Everyone was raving about Wrexham and Birmingham being the ones to watch, but it's not. It's Charlton.
Charlton are just quietly going about it, aren't they? And they're picking up results here, there, and everywhere. So, but look, whoever we bring in, they're not going to have all of the fans on side straight away. The only appointment that would have all the fans on side straight away, and again, it's just the romantic appointment, and it will never happen, would be to bring Nigel back. Nigel would galvanise everybody, because you're bringing back, Nigel's amazing, but sadly Nigel hasn't really done a lot since he left us, really.
Yeah.
But it's got to be a name this time. It can't be somebody from a German second division side or anything like this, or another Will Steele experiment. I do feel sorry for Will Steele. I think that it maybe wasn't the right time, or maybe even the right club for him, or certainly our club wasn't in a position to take someone like that because of the toxicity from last season. But I hope Will Steele goes on and is a success somewhere else. I really do. Nothing against the guy.
It's a strange one,
Yeah,
isn't it? I was watching I think it was BBC, maybe BBC. I can't remember. I've seen so many different interviews with so many different people, and they were saying it over in France. They just give managers time. So if he goes back to France, he will get more time at a club. And it was
yeah.
like Saints. Saints were never going to be patient, were they? It was a gamble for them. It was a gamble for him. Like all in all, great guy, just wrong time.
Yeah, and maybe it's big fish in little pond syndrome for Southampton Football Club as well. Maybe we think we're a little bit bigger than what we are, and
Mm.
we're going to go down to the Championship and maybe storm the league and be top of the league where people think we rightfully belong. But sadly, there's an inevitability about that it's not going to happen. So,
Yeah,
and let's be fair, he did have all of pre-season, and
yeah.
the signings were very late. A lot of signings came in the last week of the transfer window when the season was already 2.5 weeks old. So maybe there was a failing from the board not to get the signings that he wanted in quick enough. If it was him that was making the decisions with the signings, so perhaps if he'd have had the squad from the start of pre-season, things may have been different for him. But it's all if buts and maybes. We'll never know the answer to those questions. But the guy will bounce
Mm.
back. I hope he does bounce back, and I hope this stigma of him being a football
Yeah.
manager on his computer leaves him, because he's so
It
much more
really,
than that.
yeah, and do you know what? You make a good point, Chris. And I want to bring it up because I've not done it. I've not spoken to anyone about it yet. But it did seem to travel everywhere with him, and I always thought it could be an issue once he got here. This football manager thing, and I saw a few days ago. Big Saints fan. He was in the dressing room last year doing the motivational stuff. Can't think of his name now. Is it who's the motivational guy? He's on TikTok quite a lot. I can't think of his name now. Um, it's
I don't
Phil
know, mate.
Champion. Phil
Ah,
Champion.
right, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Phil Champion. He's a big name. The club had him in the dressing room last year, and he kept on about this PlayStation. Go back to PlayStation. PlayStation's got to go. I thought, yeah, Big Phil. I like him and everything, but I just thought, you know what? You're just belittling him, and you don't need to do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think we've all, I just didn't like it. I didn't like his videos at the weekend. I want to put it out there. I didn't like him. That's just my personal opinion.
No, I thought they were a bit. I think they're a bit derogatory.
Yeah,
I think he was doing it for clicks and likes for
yeah.
himself. And
PlayStation's got
yeah,
to go.
yeah, and Will Steele's record of 2 wins in 12 wasn't good. We know that, but it's not really any different to Russell Martin's record from last season. And after waiting until nearly Christmas, week before Christmas, to get rid of Russell Martin when he should have gone earlier, perhaps they
Mm.
took the decision to get rid of him quicker, so the one coming in has got that extra bit of time. Because let's face it, you get rid of a manager just before Christmas. I mean,
Mm.
Juric came in; he wasn't in charge for the Fulham game, was he? Which was the first game under Rusk where we drew. He was then a few days later, he was in charge for the Boxing Day game, which we lost, where he'd had no time to work with the players. I think we played Fulham on the 22nd of December, and then we played Fulham Boxing. We played West Ham Boxing Day, and then 3 days later we're away to Crystal Palace. So you don't get any time to work with anybody through that Christmas period. So perhaps sacking someone that close to Christmas wasn't the best move. So perhaps with that
No.
busy period, which we're going to have again this year, they want to get someone in who can maybe guide us through that period a little bit better than what Juric did. But I don't think Juric can't be held accountable for what happened last season, because it all stemmed
No.
from Martin, and I just think Rusk was a fiasco. So they just need to avoid all of that and bring someone in who can work with him during the international break, and then really try and kick on up to Christmas and into the new year.
Mm. Damien Downs, do you think he had a better performance today, Chris? He got more time on the pitch than he has done, so he had
Yeah,
more
he got more
opportunity.
time on the pitch. I think he, when you watch him, he's always in between their centre halves, and he's always looking for the ball, but sadly doesn't really ever seem to get the ball. Um, Again, it's harsh on him because everybody has sort of jumped on him. I mean, I think that our fans expect him to have 30 goals already, and he's not going to do that. There's more seasoned pros in our team that aren't going to do that. Um,
Mm.
the guy needs a bit of time, and he needs the proper coaching and things like that. And I think he'll come good. I think once the first one goes in, he might get a few, and if he does, that's brilliant. I think he's got some critics to silence, but the only way that guy's going to score goals is when maybe our midfield get their head up a little bit and see the runs that he's making, because he's making really good diagonal runs, but just never getting the ball really.
Yeah. Interesting comment there from Justin. He said Oreo's been with Saints since Monday. I heard that he was around on Monday for his actual for his fitness test.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all know. Yeah,
that's
he was
great.
an SAS. We know. I know. I know.
Yeah, no, if he was, then brilliant,
Fair play,
because he's
fair play to him.
yeah, but he'll bring something straight away, won't he? And I think there's quite a few players there that well, certainly Jack Stevens was there when he was there. Maybe Alex McCarthy, because McCarthy's been around
Alex
a
was
few
there.
years now.
Yeah, Alex was there. Will Smallbone would have been, but he's obviously out on loan.
Yeah, but there's a few. But just the aura of the guy, you know, he's a European Cup winner, played for Barcelona. So I noticed Johannes Spors said something today about they're looking to bring in more experience, so there may be more free agents that they're looking at. So I was quite interested to read that. I don't know what sort of source it came from, whether it was credible or not. But you know, Justin just said he'll kick some players up in the air, and that's great. That's what we need.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly
I left a comment on someone's X the other day saying Aurelio Romeo is exactly what we've needed since Aurelio Romeo left. So in a way, he's just replaced himself.
Chris, we've been calling for it. How long have we been saying it about Aurelio Mayo? We've been saying it. He's been without a club all summer. It's like, come on, get him in.
I've been saying it since the day he left.
Why is he on the bloody podcast? Get him in the dressing room.
I know. Well, hopefully they've done that now. Albeit, I think everybody knows it's a done deal. So I think as soon as he's officially announced, I hope Saints announce him tonight. It'd be great to come off the back of a 2-1 away win and announce Ori at the same time. But you know, let's just make sure from fans, from us, that the atmosphere is right on Saturday at St Mary's, that we get behind the boys and you know get a really important second home win of the season.
Yeah, no, I hope so, mate. I hope so. I'm looking forward to it. We've actually got a nice busy weekend. For anybody that tunes into the channel and watches my match day vlogs, you're in for a bumper vlog this weekend, because I'm meeting Chris on Friday night. We're off to watch Rosie Jones. We're going for Chris. Talk the viewers through the plan for Friday night, because everybody's going to love it. It's going to be an absolute cracking weekend.
Well, this, as you know, is no thanks to you or me that we're going to see Rosie Jones. It's thanks to Big Richie, who comes to away games with us. But yeah, it all started as a bit of a joke to go and see Rosie Jones, and I think it sounds like we're going to be making a bit of a weekend of it. So we're going to start on Friday night and have a couple of beers. I'm going to take Martin to a pub in town. I'm going to take him to the Painted Wagon, because he's not been there, and as any Saints fans know that have been in the Painted Wagon, it's a fantastic place. Yeah, go and see Rosie Jones, a couple of beers on Friday night, and then all the excitement of seeing Saints at St Mary's on Saturday afternoon. So it'll be good. It'll be a good weekend. I think the show will be good on Friday night, and if Saints can put on a show on Saturday as well, then it will just make for a really good weekend.
Yeah, I'll be vlogging it all. We're vlogging bits of it anyway, so give people a little bit insight into our weekend. So if you're new to the channel and you enjoy a bit of a vlog, make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for Sunday morning. I'm really looking forward to it. Went to the Painted Wagon many years ago. Take him to the London after. Says Jimmy.
I don't think I'd have flicked the London on you, mate. Not on a Friday night.
Yeah,
but no, it'll be a good weekend, mate. Really looking forward to it. And like I say, we're above Pompey, so that's made some of the fans happy as well. So, but
Chris, this is one for you. I'm going to pop this question your way, because it's popping up about multiple times in the stream. Martin, can we sign Antonio? Can we sign Antonio, Chris? That is the question.
Free agent? Why not? You know, he's a striker. We need a striker. We're probably not going to see Ross Stewart for a little while now. So maybe. I mean, Antonio's 34, but he's a unit. He's a powerhouse. You know, he'd probably do really well.
Pay as you play, maybe.
Pay as you play would be perfect, really, wouldn't it? Or maybe a contract to the end of the season. So let's, you know, there's I noticed someone else, but Christian Eriksen is also a free agent. I thought he
Yeah, I
was at
saw that one.
Wrexham,
Yeah, I
but
didn't realise that. I didn't realise that.
no, I thought he'd signed for Wrexham. But the Ox is a free agent. You know, the Ox brings a wealth of experience. He's only 32. The Ox is training with
No money.
Arsenal, I believe.
Unbelievable. 32. He's without a club at 32. The Oxlade-Chamberlain, who was like Arsenal, Liverpool, England.
Yeah,
He was a good player, wasn't he? What happened to his
yeah.
career?
Someone's just put there. Armour would love to play with Antonio. With the, they're both quick.
Yeah.
Antonio's better in the air than Armstrong, but brilliant.
Mm.
Why not try it? Why not give it a go? You got Patrick Bamford, but he's very injury prone, and he's same as Ross Stewart. So I don't think Antonio would be a bad signing for us at the moment, just until we get somebody else fit, because we are going to struggle with just two strikers if Archer's out for a little while. You need a bit more depth than that. So,
Yeah.
but let's see.
Yeah, we don't have anywhere near enough depth. That is 100% for sure. Chris, it's been brilliant to have you on Instant Reaction Live with Chris. And this is ultimate instant reaction, by the way, Chris. I've really enjoyed it. It's been good.
Thank you, mate. You're welcome.
Yeah, it's been good. We will catch up with everybody again. Well, stay tuned to the channel. I'll be popping content out over the next 24, 48 hours. We'll build up to Sheffield Wednesday as well. We'll be sat down with a Wednesday podcaster on Thursday to get a pre-match preview together for that one. I'll be with Chris the weekend as well. So stay tuned to the channel. Thank you for tuning in.